Perfect. So, hello everyone. My name is Artsiom Zhavarankau. I'm Key Account Manager at IBB or Investitionsbank Berlin. That's the business development bank of the federal state of Berlin. And yeah, today I just want to introduce the institution Investitionsbank Berlin to you and to show some programs which could fit to your requirements in the next steps. Could fit, mustn't fit. I think one of the hints of Mona were very, very important. Don't try to fit your company to the public money. It works the other way around. So basically, it's important just to fix your requirements, to look how your company will grow or how you want to build up the company, and then to look in the next step which of the public instruments could fit to your requirements. But now I want to share my screen and to show you more information. All right, so maybe some words on the IBB itself. So Investitionsbank Berlin is the business development bank of the federal state of Berlin. We're completely owned by the federal state, and that's why our main goal is to hire the performance of the economy in Berlin. That's why we're only able to finance or to support companies and startups that are located in Berlin and that invest mainly in the federal state. In general, we have three major strategic business fields. The banking book, because we're a bank and also some businesses connected for the regulation side to handle with bank stuff. The housing and urban development. That means that we invest a lot of money in the real estate market and try to support this part of the economy in Berlin in a focused way. And the other part where we are here is business development or the support of the economy in Berlin. And the main goals of the business development is monetary support for businesses, especially for SMEs. Mona already told you that public money is a focus on certain micro factors, and one of them are SMEs, because there are a lot of SMEs existing in Germany, not that much big companies. That's why it's the goal of the public part or the public institution to do more for the smaller companies. We have also a focus on the Berlin clusters, and we also have some special tasks we perform for the federal state, partly for the infrastructure, but at least in the last years, we also had a lot of tasks connected, for example, to special business support programs, for example, connected to the COVID pandemic. All right, so we have also a lot of instruments. That's why it's important also to come back to the hint of Mona. Ask us, ask Berlin partner, ask people in the community about possible public money, public supports, about their thoughts also on public support, because a lot of business support, not only in Berlin, but also in the Republic itself. There are instruments, for example, connected to consultancy as coaching bonus. I will spend some words about it afterwards. Grant programs who partly connected to loans as profit, but also only grants as innovation assistant, Gründungsbonus or startup bonus, which is made especially for younger companies, startups that are getting in touch with the ecosystem first. And we have also a lot of loan programs, Mezzaninkapital. That's something between loans and grants, or between external capital and internal capital. But we have also the IBB Ventures. That's our let me say, our investor part, and they have also an own portfolio and invest money as a classic VC. All right, So maybe I just start with the programs, and afterwards you can, of course, also tell me your question and we can discuss about it. So first of all, the startup bonus is a program which finances the most of the costs and expenses connected to the starting up phase of startups. The main condition is that your company is not older than 12 months after, for example, the registration in the commercial register. You have to be a micro company. Mona also told you that there are different notations about the SME status. So the micro company is a company which contains of not more than 10 people. You need an innovation in your business model, a unique selling point, and you have to be located here. And another aspect to the location of Berlin is also that you have to stay 3 years after getting this public support. Now, in general, you can get up to 50K, which could be 50% of your expenditure. So 50K is the maximum. And if you, for example, in the first year defined your financial requirements as 100K, you can get up to 50K if you have an innovative business model and everything other is fine. So you have to hand in your application, you have to hand in your business plan. It's also very important with a big focus on your business idea, on your business model, on the USPs, on your product. And yeah, afterwards, there will be a process and maybe it turns in a positive way. So here we have also the criteria. It's for unestablished business models. I think this point is also quite good to describe. So it's important also to check how the market looks like you're active in. All right. Yeah, I think the other point is also important. It's not only for digital business, it's not only for tech-orientated startups, it's also for high creative or sustainable business models. So the next program, coaching bonus, maybe in a short way, it's a consulting program you can apply for if you have questions on concrete administration, business administration points. For example, if you have a quite complex financial structure, or if you have a very specific way how you want to do your marketing, and you just want to have a coach who can help you to optimize your market or marketing concept, you can apply for this program. And yeah, herefore you can get a grant. It's possible to get a grant for up to 20 days. And in general, as a startup, if your company is not older than 5 years, you can get 100% financing of the first 2 coaching days, at least for 2 days. Afterwards, so the other days are financed by 80% for companies that are not older than 5 years, and after for all the companies, only 50%. Right. So the next program, the Innovation Assistant, is, yeah, let me say, just quite easy program if you want to hire people that just finished their, for example, their bachelor degree or a master degree and are coming out from the university directly into your company. And herefore you can get a grant for project-based employment of graduates, and it's also limited to 20K as a 50% spend of the salary of the first year. So you can hire the person for at least 2 years, and for the first year you'll get a salary of 50%, limited to 20K. All right, so it's fitting for entrepreneurs social entrepreneurs as well, um, but also for established companies. It's important in this program. It's important that you have a connection to a technological background or technical background. Um, in the praxis, that would mean if your company is not really tech orientated, you need, for example, a tech-based project. And an innovation assistant, for example, who has a background um, uh, in connected to some technological stuff in the graduation. All right. So it's finally maybe not the best program for social entrepreneurs. I think at least it's not really fitting to them, but this program could be very interesting for deep tech startups because it's about research and development. It's just important maybe to introduce it because there is an idea behind this project financing, which in this case is only connected to technological innovations, but in the next month, in March, there will be a release of a program which works in a quite similar way, but is opened to um, non-technological innovations. So in that case, it could be a very interesting program also for you, I think. So first of all, the project financing tool of Profit is already set up research and development business support. Um, it's for projects, single projects for SMEs, for example, but also for collaborations with research facilities in Berlin or Brandenburg mostly. And yeah, you can finance with this program not only research and development, but also parts of your market launch. All right. And as you can see, you can apply for up to 400K as a grant and for up to 1 million as a loan. And yeah, it's important just to know that you have to design a project. You have to declare your aims of the project and also to state in a very concrete way how the working packages should look like, etc. The idea behind this program is that if you have a high risk research in your project, this is granted by the federal state with grants. And if the risk is getting lower because you are getting nearer to the market entrance, it transforms into a loan. So mostly profit is a combination of both, because most projects are not limited to research, but also have a part of development and market entrance. But as I already said, this is a very, let me say, complex program. It's hyper-critical because after your application, it takes mostly 5 to 6 months at least to tell you if it's possible or not. Mostly it even takes longer. So this is really a program which is designed for startups that have enough time to wait for this money. They can, of course, start with the project with its own risks, but in general, this program is more for long run research. So it's not really made for lean startups or innovative business models with a low tech orientation. Yeah, at least the most expenditures in profit projects are personal expenditures, but there are also some other expenses as third-party services or materials that could also be financed with this program. Yeah, I think this is also important to say that up to 80% is possible to get out for your financial requirements with this program. In general, the most of the business support programs are limited, and it's not about 100% mostly, especially in the case of grants. but 80% is a quite high percentage. Yeah, it's also important, I think. Mona also told you the fact in her hint that grants are working in the way that you have to calculate the liquidity and to get the payment always after the expenditure. But it's also important to know that you have to apply for public money before you spend the money. So you have to at least hand it in the application, and to know that your application is at the institution, to get afterwards also the expenditure in the case you're eligible. All right. The basic functioning behind loans is different. It's payment in advance, which from just the business administration part is maybe interesting, but I think at least for startup, loans are not that interesting, because you also have the guarantee question, but also the bankability is mostly not given in the very early stage. All right, and yeah, finally, I just want also to introduce one of the, I think, most interesting programs for social startups, for impact startups, but also for highly creative companies, because there will be a start of a new business support program called Pronti. It will be located at our sister company Business Team GmbH. So they manage this program. And this program is about non-technological innovation. So here it's open for SMEs who are located in Berlin, and startups that are not older than 5 years could apply also for a project, for a non-technological innovation project. And in the best case, if they're eligible, they'll get up to 75% of the eligible expenses. This program will be available in March. That's why there is no concrete date, because it's not fixed yet. But herefore, I just want you to know that this program could be an interesting program for you. That's why just have this in your mind if you are interested in further financing. Check this program in March on our websites, or contact me or business Berlin partner, also the Business Team GmbH, to get more information on it. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.